Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad that you are here. Today I want to talk about beauty essentials, products that I've been using during my pregnancy. And there was a major shift because I could not tolerate some of the products that were my go-to beauty products for many years and really had to pare things back and bring some new things in. So I'm going to share all the details in this video and let's dive in. So the reason that my beauty routine changed so dramatically is because I, like many women during my first trimester, and I know for some women it can go beyond that, had quite a lot of nausea. It was pretty unrelenting, if I'm totally honest. And I just could not tolerate the smell of like virtually anything. And so I really had to go through my beauty cabinet and be really honest about what I could tolerate. And for a while there, I was like washing my face with water and that was it. Like I just didn't know what else to use. And so I gradually replaced some things. I found the right products and that is what I'm going to be sharing with you. And then of course I'm going to be talking about some of those products that I had to give up but still love at the end, so stay tuned for that. One more thing that I want to mention is that these are all clean beauty products because I know that some of you are already committed to clean beauty and some of you going into pregnancy are becoming even more clean because now you're concerned about what you're putting on your body and absorbing into your skin, into your blood, and if that's going to the baby. So anyway, just wanted to put that out there that this is going to be a clean beauty roundup. I'm going to start with the Cream Cleanser by Beauty Stat. And this was not the cleanser that I was using prior to being pregnant. I was using a really great cleanser from Maya Chia. It was an oil cleanser and I just found that the smell was too much. I mean, these products are amazing and the ingredients that go into them. And sometimes I do find, that these clean beauty products will add essential oils or different things to give them a nice scent. And for me, while I was pregnant, I just could not handle it. So I picked this one up and I love it and I think I'm gonna stay with this. So that's kind of the fun thing, is that you discover new things. This is, just a microbiome barrier balancing cleanser and vegan ceramides. And so it's really, I'll just show you here, like it's a really nice cream cleanser. It has no scent. It doesn't leave a residue. It washes off clear. It doesn't strip your skin either. Like I feel like my skin is clean, but it still retains some moisture. And as I said, this was just a game changer for me. Before I found this, I was just washing my face with water because I couldn't handle the smell of my cleanser. So this one I would definitely recommend. I'm gonna have everything linked below so you guys can keep track of it that way, but this one was a definite yes. Next, after cleansing, I just applied this facial cream, the cream from AUGUSTINUS Badar, and I love this cream. I started using this probably a year and a half ago, so it was already in my routine. I was using some other products that had a little bit of a retinol to them, but when you're pregnant, you're really not supposed to do retinols. Jury's kind of out on whether or not that actually matters with skincare because the dose is so small. But I just decided that my skin was really sensitive and I couldn't tolerate even the smell of some of these other products. This one is fragrance free. There's no scent, really hydrating, and I use it morning and night after I cleanse, and I'll use it also in the eye area. So I replaced my eye cream because again, the eye cream just was too scented, and so I just had to say I'm not going to use an eye cream for now, and was a little nervous, I'll be honest with you. I was a little bit nervous to subtract some of these core skincare pieces from my routine. But I just have to trust, that I'm using good products, I'm drinking lots of water, and that this is a temporary situation. So I definitely recommend this. This is a high price tag, I'm not gonna lie, but it is so worth it, especially because it's so mild but so hydrating. Alright, that is it for skincare, which kind of baffles me, but again, like I said, I just had to pare it down because I couldn't tolerate things. And I've been doing this for months. I'm super happy with it. So if I let's move on to body. One thing I want to highlight is that I picked up some of these face wipes. You can get body wipes too. I actually really like the ones from Honest Beauty Co. And they're just like unscented, and they're probably, yeah, for babies to wipe their butts. And that's kind of what this is for in a sense, because it's really important to keep everything very clean down there. And I found that during my pregnancy, I went through, and I have continued to go through a little bit, some of these phases where my skin is really sensitive and really itchy all over my body. So much so that it would like keep me up at night. And so I really started showering less and just really lathering on the moisturizer and letting it sit for a few days. But I wanted to keep up my hygiene, especially in the nether areas. So I have these from Ursa Major, which if you don't already know about these are totally amazing. So I started using these just on my armpits and down there to keep everything clean. And that is sort of like my morning routine. If I'm not going to shower that day, because I'm trying to let my skin recover and I'm trying to recover from the you know, how itchy it has been, then probably like every 3 or 4 days I would shower, and in between I would do these morning and or night. I also really like the Yes to Cucumbers ones that you can get at Target, but those are pretty scented, whereas these are not, and so are the Honest Company ones. But I'll have everything linked so that you can make your own choice. So anyway, it's kind of a funny one, and maybe one that people don't talk about, but I'm gonna be real with you that this made a huge difference. So let's talk about keeping your body and your bump moisturized. As I mentioned, I got some really itchy skin during certain parts of my pregnancy. It sort of came, I don't know, at the end of the first trimester, and then it went away, and then it came back, and I'm always kind of like on the lookout, like, is it gonna come back? And so I'm prepared. When I am sort of normal, I just use this body lotion from NECESSAIRE, fragrance-free, really nice consistency. It's like sort of medium lightweight, and it absorbs really quickly. You don't feel greasy, and this works for me most of the time. What I will say is that during the time when it was really, really bad and really itchy, I did have to use the CeraVe cream. You get it like in the tub, and you just scoop out it's like lard. You're like scooping out these huge handfuls of moisturizer, this cream, and that actually saved me. But that was really during the worst parts. So I did that maybe for like a week or two, and then I sort of started to see I don't need that anymore. I can go back to my normal everyday body lotion, and this was enough and has been for the majority of the time. So I use this, and then the other thing that I definitely recommend is a sweet almond oil that you want to apply over the moisturizer to sort of seal the moisture in and bring it deeper into your skin on your belly or any of the places that you think you might have stretch marks. So, your breasts, your belly, the sides, maybe your butt, your thighs, all the places that are stretching and growing, then you want to apply at least one time a day a layer of this sweet almond oil. And I actually read about that in the book Bringing Up Bebe, which is one of the books I would absolutely recommend while you are pregnant and expecting. And it's a really great story of a woman an American who decided to have children in Paris, and she was sort of looking around going, okay, what are these women doing different? Like, they're so relaxed, their children are so well behaved, like they're sleeping, they're chic, like what is going on? And she breaks it down. Like, she's a journalist and she is a great writer, and it's a really fun story to follow along. And you may not agree with everything, but I thought that it was a great read. And in there, one of the French women told her, use sweet almond oil and you won't get stretch marks. And she did, and she didn't. So I took her word for it, and I've been using this religiously. As I mentioned, I was showering less, and it's kind of typical of me anyway. Like, I think it's good to let your skin and your hair sort of rest from being cleansed and sort of return to its natural pH and that balance of oil and everything. So one thing that I absolutely had to have was my dry shampoo. This one's from Briogeo, so this one is a really good choice, again, if you are looking for non-toxic versions of maybe you already have a dry shampoo in your routine. The majority of them can be fairly toxic, and of course, you know, they're more of that aerosol spray, which isn't great for the environment. So this is a great option. It has just a nozzle that, I don't know if you'll be able to see, but you just sort of, yeah, you press it and it puffs a little cloud, so you kind of, you know, take a layer of your hair and then puff some of that in there. And I do it at night. This is a really good trick. Do it the night before. So even if I've cleansed my hair, say on a Monday morning, I will use this Monday night before I go to bed so that my hair looks good on Tuesday. And then I'll use it Tuesday night so that my hair looks good on Wednesday. And then, you know, either on Thursday, I'll take a shower again, or I might use it again, but use it the night before. It really gives it time to work its way into your roots, and it just is a much better effect. So definitely recommend this. And the other thing I want to recommend is a deodorant, a natural deodorant. So again, in the theme of, you know, if you're trying to be more non-toxic and really keep yourself clean while you're growing this baby, you really want to pay attention to your deodorants, because so many of them have aluminums or other metals, things that, yeah, they help you stop sweating, but that's because they're blocking your glands and keeping toxins in, and you just really, it's like not the time for that. In fact, I would say if you are thinking about getting pregnant, I would switch to something that's natural well in advance, many months, so that you have time to detox that stuff through your body before you become pregnant. Anyway, this one's from NECESSAIRE. It is scented. It has a little bit of a eucalyptus scent. It's pretty light. It didn't bother me. Plus it was winter when I was going through my first trimester, so I didn't really need deodorant as much. So some days I would skip it, but I do think that they make an unscented one. I'll double check and I'll link it below, but definitely this one is great. It's, you know, it doesn't leave marks. It works well. I mean, it's not going to be probably as effective as, like I said, the ones that are literally like stopping up and blocking your glands, but for a natural deodorant, this one is super solid. Whew, I don't know what happened. It just like got really hot over here. Okay, so let's talk about products that were previously in my routine that I had to take out, that I miss and want to bring back. And in fact, one of them I recently did bring back, and it's the Fortuna Skin Moisturizing Oil. This face oil, I think, just continually keeps getting rated as like the best face oil, and I can see why. It's actually, I think it's got like 1 part water, 3 parts oil, and so you shake it up before you use it. It's really taking that extra hydration and the oil, driving it deeper and sealing it into your skin. So I actually really love this product, and I find that the scent is more on the mild side, or at least on the more appeasing side, so that I could tolerate it and bring it back in. So kind of as soon as I was feeling a little bit better, for me that was, gosh, around week 18, that's when I brought this back in, and I used this at night over the cream from AUGUSTINUS Baydar, and this combination is like magic. One thing that I do miss that I haven't brought back in yet, and maybe it's going to be the next product that I do bring back in, is some sort of serum under my cream. So, you know, it's, again, I really pared down just to one moisturizer, whereas before I was using all of these products. I'm not even using an eye cream anymore. I literally just use the cream. So bringing some of these back in as they feel like the right thing, really, you know, it's something that it's just a process. But the product that I miss and love is the CAUDALIE VINO Perfect Serum. And I have been using that serum literally for years, and I just think that it's so good at evening out your skin tone. It's so good about, with the resveratrol ingredient in there, you know, helping with cell turnover, and then the hyaluronic acid that it has to help hydrate. Like, it's kind of an all-star product. But it does have a very, you know, significant and signature scent, which normally I love, but during pregnancy I couldn't tolerate. So that one, you know, it's still waiting in the wings. And then the other thing, you know, as I mentioned, I was using a different moisturizer, especially during the summertime. I like to use a lighter moisturizer during the day and the AUGUSTINUS Badar cream at night. And so I was using the Alpen Beauty Melt Moisturizer, which I absolutely love. But again, with the scent, it was just a little much. And I also kind of felt like my skin was a little too sensitive because it does have the bakuchi oil that is the retinol alternative in it. So I just was not sure if I should be using that at this particular time. But again, it's one that's waiting in the wings that I have loved for a long time and am excited to bring back when I can. Thanks so much for watching. I hope that this was helpful. If you guys have your own products that you found were go-to must-have products during your pregnancy, or maybe you're going through pregnancy right now, please share with us in the comments. I'd love to see, and we can all benefit as a community. If you found that this was a helpful video, subscribe, share it with someone who you think will benefit, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.